e-bikes really are a different skill set. I've been riding road bikes a couple 100,000 miles at least, and motorcycles a few thousand. And anyway, this is quite a bit different. And I just, as while I'm thinking of it, some safety tips is when you're out on the open road, you know, it's fine, go level 4 or 5, you'll find yourself on this particular bike, you can go 28 miles an hour. But like I get to Coast Village Road here in Montecito, I'll take it down to level 1 or 2. You have to slow down with all this traffic. And the other thought is, when you're in a bike lane on the open road, say traveling at a high speed, there's a lot of blind driveways and roads that neither person can see the other until they're practically out in the bike lane. So I found that check back, it's okay to get out of the bike lane to give a little extra clearance. You want to make sure nobody's behind you. You got to watch it. And say over there in Summerlin, that's a little different too. It's not as busy as this one. In Summerlin, I can go 20, 25 and just don't be in the bike lane. Get in the road. You're keeping up with traffic and you're allowed to do that. And you won't have car doors opening and people swinging out of the driveway and hitting you. And the other thing is, when you're in these higher levels, even at 2 or 3, if you're not prepared and you just jam on the pedal, this thing will accelerate. It'll pause and then accelerate. And you would want to be cautious. I was going into a turn and I hit the pedal. And there's that jump. And when you're in a turn, you might not be ready for it. And, you know, you could lose control, especially if it's wet or gravelly. This front wheel will slip out from under you. So you have to just soft pedal at times, especially if you're in a higher level. Don't just soft pedal. Don't give it an abrupt hit. These are just a few tips I thought I would point out. I'm learning myself here. It's quite challenging, quite a bit of fun. I'll be going to Santa Barbara, and I'm going into a headwind, stiff headwind. It'd be very difficult pedaling a bike, but it's just I was on level 5 for a while, and I'm going 25 miles an hour into a headwind. Of course, the battery will go down quicker. I've gone about 10 miles, and I've already burned up the first one, which oftentimes will last 20 miles on this bike. And I am using the 10 amp today. So anyway, that's all for now. Okay, I just arrived at 24 Hour Fitness, and I was riding, it's about 13 miles from Carpinteria, riding at levels 4 and 5. I still have 4 bars, and I made it here so fast, and I'm not really tired, and I have enough battery to go back at level 4 and 5 if I want to. I'll have a tailwind, so I probably will only use 3. And so I think these are definitely very useful for a commuter bike. If you don't need to carry a lot of stuff, and as long as it's within range for your abilities. But there's all the precautions. This is not going to be as safe as riding in a car. And you're going to have to, I always think of myself as kind of like a hunted animal out there. That nobody sees you and everybody's trying to hit you. Sad but true. I'm finishing my trip from Santa Barbara, Carpenter. Round trip is about 26, 27 miles. And I was at 3, 4, and 5 a lot. And I can't get the last 2 bars so far to go down. And this is just a 10 amp battery. So it's very strong. I had it on Strava, but I didn't have it. I didn't have the trip on. So anyway, I may have some Strava info later, but it was very fast coming back. And a safety tip, I just should remind everybody, wear a helmet. I never used to use a light, but on this bike I'm going to use a light because you're really going pretty fast and close to the traffic. And also what happened today, I was in the smallest cog, which means the chain is more slack, and it bounced off the chain ring in front, and of course you're pedaling and all of a sudden you got nothing. But the thing is, when something like that happens, just stay calm, don't pedal backwards, don't try and fix it while you're riding. Just go in a straight line, slow down gradually, and then get off the bike, and then you can pull it back on using your fingers. So that's the thing, as a road bike, you kind of learn never make any fast moves, don't swerve, don't slam on your brakes unless there's just something right there in front of you. So anyway, here's my neighbor. And just another side note, they're putting up this sound wall. This is going to be wonderful. I think when it's all the way up, I can already tell some difference. So man, this is great.